Hey there, Adam here. I don't know about you, but the latest State of Play event made quite an impression on me. Especially Resident Evil 4 Remake trailer caught my attention and I thought it would be interesting to take a closer look on it. So let's walk through each scene and analyze them and, if possible, compare it to the original. Who knows what we may find there. At this point, however, I would like to warn you about the possible spoilers regarding other games in the series. Okay, so now that we have that behind us, let's begin. The trailer greets us with the scene that did not appear in the original game. This may mean that Capcom decided to expand the plot of the classic story with new threads, aiming at, as I believe, a closer connection between this remake and the last two releases of Resident 2 and 3. As you may recall, there were also a few significant changes in the script. It is also worth mentioning that the scene with, as it may seem, the President of the United States is nothing new to the series, because as we remember in the 6th installment, Leon took a job as a personal bodyguard of the head of the American nation, which ultimately did not end up well for that head. The next scene of the trailer shows us a forest shrouded in fog and darkness, where characteristic opening scene of the game will probably take place. Here's another scene that did not appear in the original. We can see here Ashley, the daughter of the mentioned president, running away. In the original game, she was abducted and Leon was given the task to free her from her captors. As you can see, the girl managed to free herself, at least for a while, but having no references to the classic scene, it's hard to presume here in what circumstances it happened. However, the scene may suggest that, like the original, we will be able to take control of this character in a slightly extended plot. A few more scenes showing the overwhelming darkness and horror of the place, and again the view of terrified Ashley. Now this scene made a huge impression on me, because here we see the famous cabin, where the first encounter with Granados takes place. Let me now show you a few shots from the original which illustrate the aforementioned event. In direct comparison, I must admit that the new version looks very impressive and at once positively inclines to the artistic direction which the creators have chosen. The next shot is a view of the iconic village, where Leon fights with the horde of locals, burning at stake one of the policemen with whom Leon was traveling. Also, this location, if compared with the original, gives a lot of positive impression. Not sure how about you, but I'm very satisfied with the new design of the place. The view of this silhouette makes us suspect that we are looking at Louis, one of the NPCs whom we will meet on our way. Oh, here are some shots which I think show the first cabin from the game again, this time its interior and the face of its owner. A quick comparison and you can see right away that the progress in graphics that have been made over the years is striking. The next few scenes takes us to Salazar's castle, the middle part of the game if I remember correctly. There we'll encounter numerous cultists who will eagerly disintegrate as we pursue our story objective. A quick snapshot of Granados, and then it's on to Ada Wong and her alluring left chest profile. The attention to detail knocks you out, that stitch on the turtleneck probably done with the overlock, pure masterpiece. A few quick snapshots, now one at a time. Shot of Leon in the boat, probably from the fight with the Lago, the giant water creature. This figure, looking like Nemesis, is actually Menendez, one of the sub-bosses. We will probably meet him several times in the game. Here we see Leon convulsing, probably right after he was infected with Las Plagas. Close up on Ashley's eyes. Something is reflecting on them, but it's hard for me to say what exactly it is. Then a closer look at one of the Granados. The character model looks quite detailed. I'm not sure what kind of building it is. It might be a part of Salazar's castle. It seems to me that the symbol you can see on the screen right now doesn't appear in the original game, but it makes me think of Resident Evil Village and those feathered symbols on the passageways. Maybe it's a bit of an exaggerated interpretation, but it may be the right one, especially considering the fact that the atmosphere of the RE8 was very similar to that of the 4th. Finally, the main bad guy of the story appears, Lord Sadler. What is interesting, in just a split second we can see him releasing something from his hand which resembled tentacles. I remember a similar scene from the original, but there the tentacles were moving out of his stuff. This may suggest another departure from the classic version. The new logo type clearly signals that the remake is closely related to the last editions of the series, suggesting that we are dealing with a canon reboot. I haven't come across such information anywhere, but it is possible that there is a similar situation here as in the case of Star Wars universe, when Disney decided to cut off from the old canon. But this is just my speculation. As a farewell, we get two shots that for sure will set fans' heart on fire, a reminiscence of game's iconic opening scene and the moment when Leon arrives to the no less characteristic village. Again, a direct comparison will allow us to appreciate the painstaking work put into refreshing this great game. The icing on the cake is of course the release date, which doesn't seem to be far away, and is in line with the series standard, when the last few titles also landed on store shelves in early months of the year. I'll just add that all my doubts and prejudices I had after hearing rumors that Capcom was planning to remake the game have been completely dispelled. I can honestly say that the game jumped in one of the highest places on my waiting list and will definitely be in my collection in just a few months. What do you think?